Hey, welcome back. This is Pete. In this video, I'm going to share with you why I believe gold and silver are one of the most undervalued assets right now, and why they're also the hedge against the bad economic times, which will potentially make them soar to the moon very, very soon. I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why I think gold and silver will take off and explode in price very, very soon. While I believe it's one of the most undervalued assets that anybody can easily get, physical possession, right? While it's underpriced and while there's still supply available. And I believe that I have one of the best sources that is, I think they ship to most parts of the world. I never shared about this source anywhere on my channel before. My first link in the description will actually plug you into my #1 desired source where I buy direct bullion, silver and gold, shipped fast, and they have a price guarantee, right? So they'll give you the lowest price. You'll pay the least premium on gold and silver while it's underpriced and get physical possession of it, pretty quick. So I'm excited to share my new source with you that I've personally been using to accumulate precious metals while they're undervalued. And let me share with you the 5 reasons why I believe the price is about to take off. So #1 reason is gold and silver for thousands of years of recorded history have always proved to be the hedge against the bad economic times, whether we're dealing with inflation, hyperinflation, or even recession, just like we're going through now, which is kind of a decline in the economy. In fact, if we look back at the last recorded recession was around 2008, right? Is when it started, lasted till about 2011. When stocks, the real estate, everything came tumbling down and crashed, and real estate had its lowest peak in 2011. Gold has been climbing, same as silver, and it actually peaked when the whole economy was down. So that's what the hedge means, right? It's usually and makes significant moves, right, during bad economic times, just like we're starting to go through now. So if history repeats itself, and I believe it always does, we can expect gold to, come from where it's at now, being kind of compressed, and in the next year, maybe a couple years, we can see this big trend going up. Now gold went up from being about $700 to $1,800. So between 2 and 3 times, about 2.5 times in value, right? That's over 200% climb. And when I say it took 3 years from 2008 to 2011, it hasn't been sitting for 2 or 3 years, right? It actually has been climbing that whole time. Okay. Now, if we look at silver, right? Same scenario. Coming from 2008, it was down to $9, right? Kind of like we're experiencing now, right? We're experiencing this pullback, just like we are seeing here, right? Kind of seeing a pattern here, I believe. And then we saw it starting to recover nicely, right? Coming to the $18. And then it started to zoom by 2011. It went up to $46, coming up from $9. That's over 5x. We're talking 500% increase. So that's what I mean when we say that gold and silver is a hedge during bad economic times. And if history is an indicator, this is, I believe, the most amazing time to start hoarding silver and gold. Now, reason #2 is our money, and I put that in quotes because it's actually our currency, is actually in reset phase. So we're at this point where the purchasing, dollar being it's the reserve currency, is really declining. Look, just from 2013 when the Federal Reserve was created, down to 2020, even right before pandemic, it was the purchasing power went down from 1 to actually 3 cents. Well, they printed the most money since 2020, so you can imagine how much less it actually has in purchasing power. Hence why we have really high inflation. Look, we're at this brink of this dollar crashing completely, right? And so this calls for a new monetary reset, right? It's happening worldwide. You're starting to hear more about these CBDC, central bank digital currencies, that are going to replace the cashless society, right? This just means that the dollar is living on fumes, and soon we'll need a new currency. And during these times, right, again, is when gold and silver account for themselves and start to move up, going north, right? Big reason #3 is the big smart money is taking physical deliveries. So if you look at different articles, and like here's one from COMEX, right? COMEX Inventory, this is one of those leading, platforms that controls the price markets, tells us that a lot of investors are taking physical delivery. A lot of the stuff you won't even find on Google, you just really have to dig it out. But COMEX is actually running out of supply. A lot of investors are taking physical precious metals delivery because they know what's coming. And one of the reasons is because they print more EFTs, right? More paper silver and gold, which is like silver and gold stocks, more than the actual physical precious metals to back them. So the more people that take the precious metals physical delivery, as opposed to those who just buy the stocks, when it backfires at them, the people who have the physical real delivery, right? The real physical precious metals are going to benefit, okay? And that brings us to the price manipulation, right? They're basically selling more silver and more gold on the market than actual precious metals exists. And this has a lot to do with the stocks, EFTs, the paper-backed. So when the market corrects itself, right, which we believe they can't, manipulate the price much longer, the people who have the real silver and gold, the price will probably blow up because they're selling more than 2 times of more silver than there actually is in existence, okay? And fifth reason is, Russia actually plans to expose fair gold price through a new free market. Russia is proposing its new international standard for precious metals after getting banned by the London Bullion Market Association, the LBMA. This means that, listen, if Russia, China, the BRICS Union, right, have more GDP now than the US. They have more world population, more countries joining them, producing countries, right? And all of these countries hold the most gold, right? They hold the most gold, the most precious metals. And if they decide to establish a new free market that's not manipulated, right, just like it is in USA, then I believe it's just a matter of time. So my friends, listen, I think we're living in a golden age right now where silver and gold have been undervalued for a long time. And these are just 5 of many reasons why I am really certain that silver and gold is about to take off, because it's been manipulated, it's been compressed. But you know what? This is a blessing in disguise. This means that even though they're doing this for their cause, and the central banks and some of these big organizations and investors are scooping up the precious metals at the low prices it's at right now, this is also an opportunity for us to get silver as well. In fact, gold at $1,600 and silver down to $19 is a real bargain compared to where I believe it's going to go. Some analysts are predicting silver will hit triple digits during this bad economy that we're going through now in just a matter of time. So personally, I believe that silver will outperform gold because it's been compressed the most, and that's what's been the case in the last recession as well. But both gold and silver, I believe, are the most undervalued assets. And those are just 5 of the many reasons why gold and silver needs to be a lot more higher in price than where it is now, because it's been manipulated and compressed with fake data. But it's just a matter of time before that blows back and in the favor of those who hold real silver and gold. So listen, I have a new resource that I've been personally using to actually buy silver and gold for the lowest premium. They actually have a price match guarantee, and you can get it at the lowest cost. And I believe this is worldwide for the most part. It services most countries. And so all you have to do is put in an email, get started, or just open an account. And you just treat this as a brokerage account, okay? You put in all your general information, go through these steps, my friend, and then you set up yourself a free account. And it's actually very simple and fast. And then you can start getting as much silver and gold as your heart desires while supply is still available, because it's running out. So listen, if you like this kind of stuff, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm and we can share with more people. I believe the real solution. This is real money, God's money, right? When all currencies, fiat currencies that we're currently using right now, when they all fail, when they are losing their buying power, like our US dollar and all the other really currencies are doing even worse in this world right now, the paper currencies that are backed by nothing, right? Because, the US currency is the world reserve currency still, not for long, I believe, but still is. And it's drawing the price, the buying power of the currency down more and more, because they're overprinting, which creates more inflation. And the hedge against that, my friend, just like history has always shown us, is always been silver and gold. So don't let the price, because it's been down for a while, don't let that scare you, right? Don't let that, be a reason why you shouldn't buy silver and gold. And even if silver and gold price pulls back a little more, which it can during this, bad economic times and potential crashes that we can experience here soon, this is more of a reason to buy lower. But keep in mind, last time we had like a silver squeeze, which means that supply was low and demand was high. People were buying it, right? Because it was very, very low in price. The price took off fast. Okay. In fact, last silver squeeze, which was recent, like in 24 hours or something like that, it went up over 30%. So when silver moves, it moves fast. It can move in stages, but it's shown us that it can move faster than even gold price, right? But keep in mind also that when supply is low, even if the price is still low, doesn't mean you can easily get it. Okay, when supply runs out, it runs out, right? Because when a lot of people start buying it up, like they're starting to do now, the actual dealers cannot deliver and they have to put you on a wait list. And by the time they can even get the silver and gold, oftentimes you're paying a much higher price or a bigger premium because demand is too high and supply is low. So keep these things in mind, my friend. I believe this is an amazing opportunity to collect real money. The most undervalued assets right now, I believe, is silver specifically, but silver and gold have always been the hedge during these economic times. I believe that time is coming to an end where we're waiting for silver and gold to do something. It's about to do something very big because big things are happening, and it's just inevitable. So I'm excited to share with you my number one source where I get bullion at the lowest premiums. I believe this is worldwide for the most part, but I think when you click that link, you'll see exactly how you can easily start collecting precious metals and also get a step-by-step guide and the right information from a very credible source, right, that I learned a lot from on how to properly grow a healthy precious metals portfolio and properly diversify. Gold and silver has the longest recorded history of being one of the best investments that outperformed S&P 500, the Dow, stock markets, the bond markets, even the real estate market. So keep in mind, this is one of those hard assets, right, that always appreciates in value, just like history has always shown us, and is one of the best hedges during these turmoils that we're going into. So this is, I believe, the small window left for people to accumulate precious metals, because when most people will start to buy it is when the price is already taking off and mooning, right? So when that happens, that's when most people start to buy because they're seeing the big uprise, and then most of those people will lose because they're buying at the wrong time. You don't want to buy silver and gold when it's at the peak, when it's, when it's already made its momentum happen. The best opportunity to buy silver and gold is always when most people are not buying it. However, a lot of the smart money are scooping it up right now. So keep that in mind. I believe this is the opportunity. And soon, I believe if you, take action, you will be very, very pleasantly surprised with what your silver and gold can do for you, for your family. And this is how you can build not just wealth soon and now, but build generational wealth. With that said, this was Pete. I wish you phenomenal success. Check out my number one source to get silver and gold below while supply is still there, right? And also don't forget to stay tuned for my other videos and let me know in the comments if this was helpful. I'll see you next time.